Alright guys, so I am going to be meeting with Teresa and Tracy. They are going to be giving their accounts of what happened the day when they received a phone call to go check on GLORIA HUERTA. Because I guess there's a lot of people out there saying a lot of different things, so why not get the story straight from the folks that went there. On November the 1st, 2021, I was contacted by a person named Teresa via email. Here is the email that she sent me. On the same day, November 1st, 2021, I sent her a reply back. Once we exchanged phone numbers, we were able to set up a day to sit down and meet. And that meeting took place today, November 3rd, 2021. So the audio recording that you guys are about to listen to is from Teresa H. and Tracy. Okay, guys, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep it on record, and then they're gonna tell their story from the, from the top. And I'm just gonna point it straight up. That way, they're not actually having their face on film. Okay, it's on.
So, at 11:51, I texted Tracy the morning of the 3rd. I was asked by Tracy's mom's boyfriend to leave because I was contagious with strep throat. So I texted Tracy to see if she still wanted to go and have me drive her to town to get her battery either exchanged or charged or a new one because her car was broke down. I texted her at 11:51. She took a while to come from next door. Right next to her mom's property is where she stays.
Because I take forever to do anything.
Right, and basically, Gloria's last call that she had made was to Harley, and that call came in at 11:27, and it lasted 1 minute and 17 seconds. Tracy didn't actually call Harley back and speak to him for the first time until when we were driving next door, which was where her car was and her battery, and going through the gate. And we have proof of that on Tracy's call logs, and that was at 12:14. So already it had been
AM, PM?
PM in the afternoon. So I texted Tracy at 11:51 a.m. and she came out, met me at the car. We drove one street over from R4 to R2, and as she was opening the gate, she called Harley, and that was at 12:14 p.m. Okay, that right there is already what, 47 minutes?
47 minutes.
47 minutes from the time that Gloria called Harley, and that's the first time that she talked to Harley about Gloria. So go ahead and say from what you want from there.
So Harley had told me that she had been stabbed and asked me to go check on her. So I got right back in the Teresa's car, and I immediately told Teresa, as we're pulling in the yard, I tell Teresa, we gotta go to Ivan's to go check on Gloria, and I run the situation down to her. We went right into the yard. We basically turned around and went right back out the gate and went right over to Ivan's to go check on her. And when we pulled up there,
and that takes about 6 minutes, approximately 6 minutes. I didn't go hauling ass into his driveway or anything like that, but when we got there, his gates were not closed. I drove through one set of gates around to the middle gates that is between the bigger part of the property around the corner and parked next to his garage, which is by his house. What Tracy said was Gloria's trailer, because I didn't know of Gloria's trailer. I'd never been in it, never seen it. She pointed it out, and it was about 100 feet away from the garage where we parked. And the reason why I stopped at the garage was because there was 2 guys to the right of us, and then 2 men standing by her trailer. And I didn't feel comfortable having the 2 guys on the right at the garage at my back when we were pulling up. So,
and you guys never seen these guys before?
I don't know. No. The only person that day that I knew was Ivan, and I barely knew him at that. And I'd been on the property before because through mutual friends, a girl that was living there prior to this Gloria moving in there. She was friends with another mutual friend, and my mom had to get rid of a bunch of horse manure off her property, and we paid him like $200 to dump like 15 loads of horse manure at the back side of his property. So I'd already driven the way that I just did, but around to the back side of it multiple times already. So that's the only reason why I felt that I could drive up in there. And go ahead.
Well, when we pulled in there at right as we're stopping, he's walking up to the car. And so
you're talking about Ivan?
Ivan,
yes.
yeah. And he didn't have a look on his face like he recognized me or recognized the car, because it wasn't even actually my car. I'd borrowed the car because I was out here for work. I came in on the train. And when he got about halfway, I hollered out, "Hey, it's Teresa." And he did. That's when he recognized me and walked over to my side of the car. And he says, "What's up?" And I said, "Hey, we're looking for Gloria." And that's when he said, F that, whatever he wanted to say bad about her. I had to run her and a few of her friends off with a shotgun. They tried to rob me this morning. And for his car, tried to take his car, and he had them on video trying to steal the weed that he had. At that point, I was still feeling a little bit nervous about the guys to the right, and I had asked him, who are those guys? And he's like, "Oh, those are my business partners." So I assumed that was for the weed. And go ahead.
And he was telling us all about Gloria and everything. Well,
and that she had screamed and was yelling when his daughter was there.
Yeah.
Late one night, saying things that she shouldn't have, causing all kinds of problems. That she had stolen his phone.
Yeah, and so he's finished saying all that to us, and it at the same time that he's finishing all that, I'm starting to ask him, well, can I go check in her trailer for her? And I'm starting to reach and open the door to get out, and he very sternly says no. So,
all right, guys, hopefully all of you can keep up with this story. Have a pen, have some paper, write down these times, and let's make sense of this. Let's go over something. August the 3rd at 11:27 a.m. Gloria called Harley, and it was her very last phone call. It lasted for 1 minute and 17 seconds. At 11:51 a.m., Teresa texted Tracy asking if she was still going to get her new battery, I guess, for her phone or something like that. Tracy spoke to Harley at 12:14 p.m. when she called him back. Harley told Tracy that Gloria called him and said she was stabbed. Now, you guys keep this in mind. If Gloria was stabbed and she was panicking, did she call Harley and say, "I've been stabbed," or did she call Harley and say, "Ivan stabbed me"? Now, that's something that is up in the air still. But she did call Harley, and she did tell him that. Harley told Tracy that Gloria called him and said she was stabbed. Tracy and Harley spoke for exactly 1 minute. Tracy told Teresa we need to check on Gloria at Ivan's. So at 12:20 p.m., both Teresa and Tracy arrived to Ivan's property. At 12:29, Tracy called Harley back and said that Ivan told both her and Teresa that Gloria was not there and that she never was able to get out of the car because, according to Tracy, Ivan did not allow her to get out of the vehicle. I guess right away he started going into detail about what happened, how her and her friends tried to rob him, and he chased her out of there with the shotgun. So, Tracy then goes on to hang up the phone with Ivan. And now we're going to be coming into part 2 of this video. If you guys haven't done so yet, please subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and part 2 will be dropping sometime tomorrow in the early morning or early afternoon. Let's make sense of this whole story, guys. Let me know what you think down below in the comment section. This is AV Watchman, and we're going to sign out. Thank you guys for watching.